early thing.
Well, there we go. Now we are live. Hello, YouTube. I guess I should say hello, Jason. Apparently, it's just Jason Stewart out there right now. We'll see if anybody comes in here.
Well, dedication is key.
See if anybody else comes in once the notifications go out. If the notifications go out, Jason, what's your topic? Why is Snob out in the chat and not in here? That Guitar Man. It's nice to see that Snob's actually out there someplace. He hasn't been around all week.
Hello. I did like at one point you had one thumb up and two thumbs down with two people watching.
I had two thumbs down before this thing even went. Like 2 days ago, I had two thumbs down. So I don't know. I don't know who's out there. I mean, seriously, it's people that have got. Am I living that rent free? And people say, I imagine it's Midnight and Snob's wife, probably.
I blame Gunpowder.
Yeah, it could be too. She's probably going to rip on me. I still don't have Arminthia's email. So. So we have no topics. And I'm beat from building a raised bed for the strawberries today. And it's my 27th anniversary. And I'm down here with you guys.
Oh, happy anniversary.
Thank you, I think.
She's put up with you for 27 years?
Yes.
And happy anniversary for sure.
That's how long we've been married. We were together for a couple of years before that. So we've spent almost 3 decades together.
What did you do? Get married when you were 9 or what?
I was just over 21 and she was just under 20 when we got married.
Nobody's pointing out the fact that she could tolerate him for that long.
Hey, I'm as surprised as anybody.
You know, I think it may be that that Obnoxious has a little bit of gunpowder beauty in him, and she's really just tied up in the basement, and that's how he keeps her around.
Yeah, nobody's actually seen this woman now, have they?
Plenty of people have seen this woman. She's, what do you think? You think I'm paying for these guns off of my YouTube money?
Hey, at least your channel didn't get demonetized.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Well, that happens if he got divorced.
Didn't it?
Then my channel would be demonetized.
Don't forget to support Obnoxious's fight against e-begging.
Yes.
Patreon.com.
Patreon.com/obnoxious1. So we have, I guess, one topic. We'll talk about the demonetization, but before we get to that, we'll introduce the panel. We have an esteemed panel tonight, even though Gunsnob finally jumped in. We'll start with Gunsnob out there in Oklahoma. Where you been all week?
Man, I've been working harder than something about a stripper. I couldn't remember what went with that.
Than something that works hard.
Yeah. I've been working my tail off and being lazy and coming home and sitting around and going to bed, to be honest. I got like 3 videos I need to just step out to my computer and press upload or go live on, and haven't done that with any of them. I hadn't even been in my office all week.
So you've got them edited and everything? You just have to upload them?
Yeah, I think one of them's uploaded and 2 of them are edited and just need uploaded.
Okay. That's all right. You got to make hay while the sun's shining. I know you had nothing but rain there for a while and you weren't doing anything.
Yeah, that's why I'm working a bunch, because I like money and I like to spend money, and it's pretty, so I'm working.
Okay. You got pawn shops that are probably wondering where you're at. So
they've been worried about me. I think they've been calling. I don't know if my wife hears this, but they're calling me on a weekly basis, wondering where I'm at to buy something.
They send Donut Lover over to do a welfare check on you?
A couple times.
All right. Well, thanks for jumping in.
I couldn't let this go. I may not hang out too long because I'm tired, but I'll hang out for a little while.
All righty. Next, we've got from the great state of Michigan, Tardot and his better half. Did you guys get your patches and stickers? I'm sorry, did Gunpowder Beauty get your patches and stickers?
I did get my patches. Thank you.
Yes, we did. Thank
He
you.
didn't send you one. He sent me two.
Whatever. Anyways. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. We actually went out today and visited a local gun shop that just opened up a couple months ago. And gun shop and range, the only indoor range that's actually within a reasonable distance of us. So out there chit chatting with them and making some contacts. So had a pretty good day today.
That's cool.
You know what
That's cool.
patches we haven't got yet?
C4 Defense ones that you
They're
paid for
mailing out Saturday.
like 3 months ago.
Ding,
that-
ding,
No,
ding, ding,
you
ding.
did not. It was 1 month ago, and they're mailing out Saturday.
I can't wait till Saturday.
Well, he said they're mailing out Saturday.
He didn't say which.
Hey, probably get them
Saturday.
like 2 days.
I might get them next month.
No, you'll get them this month.
You have to pay for patches 6 months in advance with this guy.
And this from the guy who's had my AR upper for 3 months now.
It hadn't been quite 3 months, and I am waiting. I actually ordered the Cerakote, and the white is on back order till Tuesday, I think, before they ship.
What happened to white privilege?
I don't know. They said the whites. They sent me an email back and told me the white wouldn't be shipped till they weren't going to ship it till the white was in, and I think it was Tuesday, the 22nd, whatever that is. I think is what that was.
That's all right. I told you I'm not in a big hurry. It's not like I'm, sitting here without an AR around. So
Yeah, you'll get it by Wanamaker. I mean,
yeah, I'll have it by November, maybe.
maybe. No, I'll get it done. Of course, all that stuff will come in while I'm gone this weekend, the next weekend. So.
Oh, that's right. You're going to that. You're going to get some training.
Yeah, trainings.
All righty. Squib, are you there? Can you talk? How you doing?
If I can get to the mute button, I think I can sort of talk. Kind of quiet back here. It's been a slow night, actually. So I was pulling out some video files that I had downloaded about a month and a half ago, and I was going to start editing them and so I could post them, and none of them had any audio. The first thing I thought was, well, I bet Snob don't have this problem. So I've got to do voiceovers or just scrap the footage. Oh, well. And then I was also thinking, hey, Sarge, those patches and stickers, do you take credit cards?
Me?
I was making a joke about myself. Never mind.
Just post the credit
Well,
card.
I was
We'll figure it
I was
out.
halfway thinking you were.
All right.
Yeah, so I got some voiceover work. I guess there's something to be said about pawn shop cameras. Maybe I should get me one. I don't know.
But what did you use to take the footage? Did you just use your phone?
No, 4K action camera off Amazon. It's about $60. And one of the problems I've had with it, I've had little problems off and on, is that sometimes it just shuts off the mic. You go into the settings and change it manually, and sometimes when you change the battery, it loses all the settings. It might stay in the highest resolution for video or picture or something like that, but it'll lose the date, and sometimes it'll just shut off the mic altogether. And I shot a week's worth of footage with no mic.
Yeah, my $40 pawn shop GoPro doesn't do that.
Yeah,
But is it on right now? So if we yell, GoPro, take a picture. Yeah.
I ain't my
Yeah,
office.
it's like, will they throw in a selfie stick if I get one at the pawn shop? I mean, do these things come fully loaded or what?
No, you got to buy your own selfie stick.
Oh, forget.
Sometimes you can find them with everything. My $40 one actually came with a selfie stick. I'm just saying.
Well, let me find out if the local pawn shop takes credit cards, and I don't know, maybe.
Oh, they will, but they'll probably charge you an extra 3%.
Bastards.
All right. Yeah, I had that problem with some of my Wanamaker footage because the GoPro adapter went bad. That I'd had 4 or 5 videos out of there. They're mostly B-roll that didn't have sound. I did have the one interview I lost, but that was the adapter. Sarge from the Western North Carolina area. How are you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Not too bad. What are you doing? You've been looking like you're struggling with something. What are you fighting? Uh-oh.
Mounting a light.
Is that your new one?
Yeah, I ordered a new lower for it too. I'm gonna camouflage it, so I'm not gonna camouflage the no step on snack.
Rattle can?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna buy some stencils. It's gonna be like a high-end rattle can, so we'll see how it turns out.
He doesn't have 8 months to wait on me to get it done.
Mm-mm.
Do you camo?
I can do anything.
Can you? I'm gonna do rattle can, so I can touch it up whenever. I bought a light mount for it because I like this style of light mount. A lot of
What
people
light
don't.
is that?
It's a Surefire that I had around. It sits over here by the desk, but it's a Magpul light mount. I like it because I don't run a pressure switch, and I can put it right up there by my thumb. So
I have a
This one-
question whenever you get through the introducing the panel.
All right. Kingpin from Maryland. How are things in the not free section of the country?
Pretty stifling, I would say. So I guess that means normal.
Hmm.
Thanks for having me. I'm dying to hear this question that Snob's got.
Yeah, I wouldn't. You're talking about it like it's going to be something world changing, and you're forgetting it's coming from Snob. But we'll find out. we're almost done. We can get to Snob's. I'm
Thanks
sure
for having me, man.
life altering question. So, Gizzard, what have you got before we go to the pearl of wisdom that Snob is going to drop on us?
Well, I'm feeling a great deal of responsibility here because the amount of time I talk determines exactly when Snob gets to talk next.
Determines if I
So-
forget my question or not.
I'll be nice just this once. Thanks for the invite. I'm doing good.
All right,
Gary, you sure you don't want to take any longer? He may forget his question. Hurry up.
Forget what question. Does he have a question?
You know, we do need to hear a little bit more of what Gary has to say because, you know, there's a few shows that he hosts that he could talk quite a bit about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know a couple of them. One of them is called, believe it or not, Foul Territory, and it's tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Be there. There might be free stuff. And then Sunday morning, the early bird chat, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. The chat for everybody. It's your chat. You make it what it is. And if he remembers what he wanted to talk about, here's Snobby.
Does
Does anybody want to not promote the Harrisburg rally on?
No, I think the Harrisburg rally is long gone, but we do have to introduce the people in the chat. So we've got look at that. We got big names out there. We got Black Cat Outdoors is out there. I mean, he's like big time, gets shout outs by Yankee and Never Enough Ammo. We got Sarge, who's just a little guy. Guitar Man Pete is out there. Jason Stewart, Rodney Peters. Who else did we have? Oh, we had Snob's wife. And I think that's it. That's all we got out there right now. So after that, I think we're looking at a generator of some kind and possibly an air compressor next to it. So what was your burning question that you had to ask? Oh, and Armament Axis is out there, so we got to say hi to Armament Axis, and probably quickly to be followed by by AAA. We got AA out there, and probably going to be followed by AAA in just a minute, and his brother channel partner CR123. All right, what's your question?
Okay, my question is, So I've been looking again. I looked at them here a while back, and I've been looking again. Does anyone have any experience with the Crimson Trace Link?
Crimson
I
Trace
really
what?
want one. Link. I really want one for my AR that I, go to war AR.
No, I haven't done anything with the Crimson Trace as far as ARs. Anybody else have any?
This guy, Sarge is over here not even knowing what we're talking about.
I told you
I
we
don't
should
know
have
anything
promoted
about
that
Crimson
Harrisburg
Trace.
rally.
What is it? Crimson Trace Link.
It's the
Is that what you said?
like a
Link.
Bluetooth flashlight thing, and your grip because the flashlight and laser. I mean, you have the flashlight and laser that mounts up front, and your grip controls it.
And it's Bluetooth.
It's
Yeah,
Bluetooth, not a
I don't think it's
pressure.
actually Bluetooth, but it's wireless, anyways. It's their
So that sounds like a
proprietary.
terrible idea.
Yeah.
Well, it's supposed to be really good.
Yeah, because then they can just hack your gun. Come on.
Yeah. Somebody could turn your light on and
Yeah.
off.
It's always
Yeah.
good to rely on Bluetooth in a tactical situation. Always good.
Well, it actually
No,
has a backup, where you can reach up there and hit the button.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't go with anything wireless in my go to war gun because
I don't even have a pressure pad on mine.
Well, I don't neither, but
I don't neither. So that means you do.
I don't
It's a
either.
double
Sorry.
negative.
Oh my God.
that ain't no double
No, but
negative.
they're like
I've
400
worked a lot.
bucks,
You could
so-
tell them. You could tell them sleep deprived.
They're $400. You can get a whole rifle for.
300 and something.
You can get a whole
Good
rifle.
Lord, man.
Dude,
I know,
Us
they're pretty
peasants
nice.
can't afford such shit.
aren't you okay? So when you're shooting this go to war rifle, are you using two hands?
He's
Can you
actually
not put
sitting
the
in an
light-
easy chair.
Yeah.
It shoots itself.
Yeah.
For that
Can-
price.
Yeah, I say, can you not put the light where you can just like kind of flick it with your offhand?
It is now. I just really like this, and I just thought maybe somebody had a. But I don't want to spend $400 on one if they ain't no good. But I thought maybe somebody knew something.
Like a $60 light and a $20 mount.
Why don't
Well,
you see
maybe-
if you can find
maybe
one
it's
at a pawn shop?
I haven't found one in the pawn shop. I've looked, trust me. Which is a good thing because that means they're good. Either that or nobody buys them.
I'm guessing it's the latter. I can't see spending. What kind of lumens are you getting for?
I don't
It's
remember
a
what the
light-
lumens is, but it's got the green laser too. That's the other thing with it.
It better have like 3,000 lumens, and that laser better also start fires.
I was gonna say, yeah, it ought to burn a hole in the wall.
Melt faces.
I don't
In
know.
which
Look
case-
it up. I'm not on my computer, so I can't look it up.
Oh,
Well,
what is it? Crimson Trace Link?
LINQ.
Just go to Crimson Trace, hit least popular, and it'll be the first thing listed.
You know, for almost $400, you think they would just spell Link the right way?
You can get it for $289.99 on eBay.
Well, that's a lot cheaper than it was whenever I saw it at Cabela's, and it was like right at 300. But
Well-
that's at Cabela's. I haven't
Oh, wow,
looked anywhere
hell.
for it other than that.
Let's see. It's $429 on Crimson Trace website. Tech specs. It's black. Has a front activation. Grip replacement. Laser battery life over 2 hours. Well, in the case. It doesn't. Details. 300 lumen LED light.
The light I got on there is 300 lumens,
I say, whoa, 300 lumens, huh?
Mm-hmm.
and it was like 69 or 79 bucks.
Yeah.
So you're spending $1 per lumen.
Mm-hmm. But you're getting a laser for free.
And kind of hit or miss, wireless connection.
Tuesday nights at 9.
I think.
Okay, so I came to determine from this panel that it's a terrible idea for me to buy.
I think the general consensus is it's not a good idea.
Pretty
so
much.
therefore I may buy one.
I think terrible sums it up.
So you'll get one. I'm
You
pretty
should-
damn sure you will now.
Yep. You should
Yeah,
you should
pretty much.
definitely buy one and tell us how terrible it is.
Well, maybe I'll just buy one and put it on a different rifle, and then if it works good, I'll put it on my go-to-war rifle.
That could be a new series of videos for you, Snob. What not to buy.
I could easily make that video.
I'm thinking a wedding ring would be
Yeah,
up
that's
there.
what that's exactly what I was fixing to say. I was actually going to say engagement ring, but
Why don't you contact Crimson Trace and get a T&E?
There you go.
There you go. Tell them what a big shot you are, and that you got a holster making video out there that's got like 70,000 views.
And then after you get it, and you make a
80.
video, we'll call you a shill. And
Tell them you're building your Skynet rifle.
Mm-hmm.
exactly. Maybe I can contact Digitrigger that I did an interview with at Wanamaker a year ago and see if they'll send me one of their electronic triggers for an AR.
Well, isn't that a grip replacement too?
I believe it is.
Well, so you can't run the two of them then.
No,
So
maybe I'll make it like a double
A
19
dual grip.
double AR.
but it's dual grip.
Maybe it just, if you run the same grip, it just fires every time you turn the light on.
That's perfect. What more do you need?
Yeah, don't identify your target or anything. Just fire as you turn the light on.
Randomly.
Here's what you just hit.
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
It does. I need 3.
What could go wrong?
It's called the Look at What You Did rifle.
Look what you did. Look what you did. Yeah, so buy one of those and let us know how it turns out for you.
If I buy one, I'm buying it on Amazon so I can return it.
Uh-oh. What's your wife?
My link.
Your wife is out there about not buying anything without permission for one.
She's out here wanting to buy a new car, so I don't know what she's griping about. We rent one car to drive somewhere, and now she thinks she needs a new car. See if I ever rent another car.
Buy that Ford.
Well, I talked to her again about it, and she doesn't know if she's going to sell it now because it'll last her the rest of her life now. So I don't know what they're going to do.
You might be able to pick up a used Toyota. Is it a Toyota? It's somewhere in Western North Carolina.
Who's got a Toyota?
A Toyota or a Honda? That Boomer bought. Is he still driving?
Oh, a
The
Hyundai.
Hyundai.
The
That's the
Hyundai.
same thing she wants. That's what we're
Oh,
renting.
okay.
That's close to a Honda.
Yeah.
The suspension totally went out, but now it's not out. I don't know.
So is he still Ubering it up? Is that why we haven't heard from him?
I haven't heard from him. I haven't, because he's always working at night. We'd call him, but I assume he's Ubering it up.
Gizzard in the side chat pimping out his Amazon link now that he's big time and got over 500.
Just saying, if Snob's going to spend all this money on Amazon, I know a good link he could use to.
You'll know if I buy that. I guess they have it on Amazon. I haven't looked. I haven't got that serious about it. I just looked at it again at NRAM and played with it. For the second NRAM in a row, I played with it and really wanted it.
I didn't see that. I didn't see Crimson Trace at NRAM.
They had a huge booth. They were kind of behind Smith & Wesson.
And we know you saw them.
Yeah, I saw Smith & Wesson. I missed him. Oh, we lost Black Cat. Night, Black Cat. So, Squid brought up YouTube demonetizing channels, and I don't know. Have you guys all seen this? And the first thing I thought when I saw that letter come through was Sarge, and why you still haven't gotten yours yet, and you're probably not going to get it.
Who knows? They monetized. They monetized some of my videos last week.
Did they?
Yeah. For like a couple days. I don't know whether it was a test or what.
Hmm.
Just some of the videos. because I saw some activity in the revenue section when I looked at the Creator Studio.
Yeah, but you haven't gotten the notification from them that your channel is monetized?
No, it's not monetized yet, but they monetized some of the videos,
Hmm.
like temporarily for a couple days. I don't know.
That's going to be screwed up if they turn around and monetize you just to turn around and send you the letter and demonetize you.
Well, and especially, I don't know. The only ones I've heard about Fit and Fire, the Wound Channel, the Daily Shooter, and then what'd you say, Gizzard? Jarhead 6?
Yep.
Did it say what
That's the
part
only.
of their channel was against the community guidelines?
No.
They violated terms of service by putting links on their channel. I don't know if that meant in the comment or on the video or what, probably in comments, to companies that sell guns, gun parts, magazines, things like that. In particular, Optics Planet. However, there are plenty of channels that have links to Optic Planet that haven't been hit yet. So, did
What-
somebody flag them? What, you know?
What is wrong with Optics Planet? They don't sell
They
guns.
sell gun parts.
Is that
They
the
sell magazines.
Is that somebody dug into it deeper and got a better answer out of it? Because I haven't seen anything about that.
The Gun Collective. They did a show tonight. I didn't watch it live because I was on Caliber Corner, but in between Caliber Corner and this, I caught about the first, 10 or 15 minutes, and they were going into the details on what happened. And I know some people out there, they don't like the Gun Collective and whatever, and that's fine. That's your opinion. But they do offer a lot of good information on both laws that are happening at a state and federal level and about how to run a YouTube channel. And I know that some of the things that they encourage people to do probably wouldn't set well with small channels, but to each their own.
How did they narrow it down to Optics Planet, or are they just assuming it's Optics Planet?
I didn't get that far in. I don't know if they actually contacted these other channels themselves, because when you're a big channel, I guess you just pick up the phone and call other big channels. But they did have another YouTuber on there that's got a big audience, but I can't remember, Mr. Guns and Gear or something. I don't know. So they were talking about it, and like I said, I didn't get through the whole thing. I'm going to go back and finish listening because it's kind of educational. I mean, I'm not monetized. I don't care about that stuff, but it just understanding how it works. The thing is, though, YouTube has this set up where they hold all the cards, and you don't. On the other hand, it don't cost you nothing to use YouTube, so you take your chances. If you were paying them a monthly fee in order to be on YouTube, then I could see where you'd have a leg to stand on to go, hey, you can't just block my videos or do this or do that. But it's free. And I think some people they forget that.
Yeah, but YouTube makes a bunch of money off of the stuff that they allow you to put up.
Right. And if you don't put all your eggs in one basket, you have the potential over time.
There aren't many other baskets.
Yeah, to get one of those other through using YouTube.
There aren't many. There aren't many.
And there isn't room for everybody to be Hickok 45. I've said this before. Everybody wants to be him, but there ain't enough room for everybody. And when people, all I'm saying is that I know some of my opinions about some of this stuff are unpopular, and that's fine, whatever. All I'm saying, though, is that there are lots of people out there who just watch the videos or just comment on the videos or have made one or two videos that they didn't even edit. They just dumped on YouTube and then said, this is too much, I'm not doing it. And they are on the outside looking in. And when you've got somebody going, I don't have to work a job anymore because of YouTube, and then they're not making as much money as they were, or they have a potential to have their money taken away, those sorts of people, I don't think as many of them get up in arms about it, because they're like, well, I still go to my crappy 9 to 5 every day. Not everybody gets to live the dream. But there's not enough room for, you can't have 45 million people on YouTube all making Hickok 45 money and doing what they love for a living, and still have an economy that works. It just doesn't work that way. So even though the potential's there, just like the potential is for everybody to become president of the United States, it's just the reality of it is difficult. So I have mixed feelings when I hear somebody complain about it. So I'm not saying anybody deserves to be demonetized or have their channel struck or a video blocked or you know, and everybody has their varying degrees on what they are willing to do to make money. But it's just, I don't know. If anybody out there has ever had a really good paying job with really good benefits and everything else, and they lost their job one day for whatever reason, company went out of business, whatever, right? Do you just stand on the corner with a sign saying we'll work for food, or do you dust yourself off and get back out there and hit the bricks and find another job, or re-educate yourself, or reinvent yourself, or learn to live off of less, or move to a smaller house, or maybe you're old enough you retire and you go ahead and start eating into your retirement, or whatever it is. I mean, in real life, when you lose a great paying job, or just a great job in general, it's a dream job, don't pay a lot, but it's a dream job and you lose it. Do you just sit there and go, oh, woe is me, or do you get up and get back to work? So, and I can understand if they're just getting on and they're venting, okay, hey, do it. Let it out, get it out of your system. But then go dust yourself off and get back to it. Because you can let YouTube get you down, or you can say, no, I'm not going to let this stop me from doing what I love, and I will find another way to feed my family.
Well, and I think that's what a lot of them have done, and some of them have diversified. But you got to look at it. I mean, some of these guys, even if they're just putting out YouTube videos, they're putting out quality YouTube videos, and they're putting a lot of time into them, and this is their job. And if somebody came along and if somebody came to you today, and I mean right now, and walked you out the door, you're not just going to brush it off and say, oh, well, I got to find something else. You're going to be upset about it.
Nope.
What? Well,
it happened to me less than 2 years ago. Over 20-year career. Over 20-year career, making pretty good money with fantastic benefits. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into this place, and I got walked out the door, and it was unjust, and it was whatever. And the next day I got on Indeed and got a job, and I'm not even looking back. I don't make as much money.
What if you got
and
fired for the same thing somebody beside you did, and they didn't get fired? What if you I don't know.
Nope, don't care.
Oh, okay.
And other people had done stuff worse, and because of their nationality, they didn't lose their job. Well, but the whole point is, well, they're not you. Okay, fine, they're not me. But I had a family to take care of. I didn't have time to be mad. I haven't said I'm going to go back and I'm going to get them. I'm going to report them to the state for all the safety violations they've done or any of that. No, it's just like screw it. It's their loss. I'm moving on. So. And believe me, it sucks. I'm living on half as much money as I used to, ain't got crap for benefits, and I'm a nobody here. But I will tell you this, there ain't no stress no more. That job was stressful. There ain't no stress. I don't know. So I try to look for the silver lining. Okay, somebody loses their monetization on YouTube and they're losing their money. Okay, but then they figure out a way to get a sponsor or to sell swag or to do whatever. And I'm using up all the stuff in my e-begging video. Oh, well, whatever. And then what the stuff they wouldn't have done before because they were just sitting on all this YouTube money. And now all of a sudden they're making more money, or they're calling the shot. Or they're able to branch out into something they never thought they would ever do before, and they really like it. And they look at this YouTube demonetization as an opportunity instead of a setback. And that's what I look at. I would have never left that damn career. I would have just stayed there and dealt with it and dealt with it and dealt with it because the money was good. But in some ways, I'm relieved. When I got walked out of there, I wasn't angry. I was relieved. I felt like I just got divorced, and it felt good.
Is that what you were asking, Obnoxious?
Well, I just think, everybody's got different ways of dealing with loss, and that's what it is. It's a loss. So you're going to go through the 5 stages of grief, whether you think
that's true
or not. And
that's true.
I mean, we're hitting this. I mean, on everybody right now is on stage 1, and I forget exactly where stage 1. I think anger is first stage. I don't know. Denial. The denial. Is the first.
I skipped past the first couple stages with that, but if somebody else doesn't, I don't necessarily fault them. And like I said, they get on there and they vent. Hey, vent. Let it out. Otherwise, if you hold it in, you're going to explode. The whole thing is, I just think you can sit there and you can have a, oh, woe is me, or you can get up and go, oh no, you're not taking me down, and
Some of them
you
will
bounce
come
back
out.
better than ever.
And some will come out stronger, some will go away, and some will make do. That's just the nature of it.
And see, I'm not saying don't bite it, but at the same time, I mentioned this in the pre-chat. If you talk to a lot of people that are monetized, when it comes to the actual money aspect of it, I mean, unless you're doing million subscribers, you're getting millions of views on every video, you're not really pulling in a whole lot of cash on monetization. YouTube takes such a large chunk even out of the super chats. You're not really making a whole lot of money. The majority of the money comes from other areas of the job, more or less.
Yeah, and I've broached this subject with Sarge and Snob before, is that the monetization at YouTube isn't going to be where it's at. It's going to be other places. It's going to be even the small stuff like getting to 500 and getting able to put that Amazon link. But if we're going to talk about Optics Planet was the catalyst for this, well then Amazon will be the next one, because you can buy gun stuff on Amazon.
Well, I've got an eBay link on one of mine to some gun parts. I might want to take that off. But what about Amazon?
Well,
I've got sites.
Here's the thing. I don't know the specifics. I can't remember the specifics offhand, but this was what they put down months ago, and it was saying that you definitely could not direct to anywhere that sold firearms, but there was also it was parts, but it was only specific parts or not.
It was magazines over 30 rounds. I just read it last night because I was
it was over 30 rounds.
Over 30 rounds, or triggers or bump stocks, triggers that simulate automatic fire, so echo triggers.
And don't get me wrong, I think YouTube setting up its terms of service to its advantage is not a real user-friendly thing to do. It's not I don't think it's okay, it's not illegal, and there's lots of companies that set everything up where they have all the advantages and the customer doesn't, or the user doesn't, or whatever. But once again, it's free. YouTube is free.
Yeah.
So
YouTube is also supposed to be just a platform, and I've covered this numerous times.
What if YouTube completely, and I know we're not protected class status, but let's just suppose, what if they completely just left out and purposely kicked off one specific nationality or one specific race? Do you not think their world will come to an end?
Mm-hmm.
I think that they would,
and I realize
get a
we're not
backlash from the liberal media.
They would get it from the federal government.
Yeah, maybe.
Well,
definitely.
I say that because we're not protected class status. I know that.
Yeah, and I would say, like I said, this doesn't mean don't fight the demonetization. They should, with every intent. They should fight the demonetization of their channel. But at the same time, to make it sound like you're losing out on a ton of cash there, you're really not. The biggest part of it is kind of like what Clover talked about on one of his chats recently with demonetization. You also end up with the possibility of getting hit to where you're not showing up on searches and different things like that. And it affects your channel to where you're not.
I think that's just me.
And my thing would be more is how they did it or why they did it, not that they did it. That was my whole thing about the bump stocks. It was the fact that they banned them illegally. Not that they were banning them, not that it was bump stocks, not any of that other garbage. It's the way they did it. And my problem would YouTube would have been that. It's that, okay, this is in your gray area in your terms of service that are really not cut and dry, and you guys can just change them any time you want. And yeah, it's not illegal, but it sure is kind of a jerk move. So
well, and here's the thing too, and this is what Obnoxious was getting at a bit, was that YouTube has these protections in place that, as long as they're an open platform, you can, they get all these protections from being sued out the butt for everything.
Mm-hmm.
But they're hitting that borderline now with the demonetization. I don't believe that's going to really affect that at all, but they're hitting that point where if they start reaching into the fact of telling us what we could and couldn't put on our videos that isn't illegal and isn't violating anybody's rights, anything like that. If they're telling us that, you just cannot, you basically going on and saying, we can't hold this chat, we can't talk about guns. Now they're reaching into that realm of becoming a publisher. And then you are held to it.
They've already done that. You cannot have a magazine over 30 rounds in your video. They will strike it and pull it down.
Is it in video or in the links to sell?
No,
In both.
it says both.
Okay.
Both. YouTube
I
has
want to make sure that was the
long
part I missed. That's the part I missed on the terms of services, whether or not you could actually have it in video. I know you couldn't have it in the links.
YouTube long ago moved into publisher status, and they just haven't been nailed on it.
They're trying to play both sides of the fence. They're saying, "Oh, we're an open platform, except you can't do this, this, and this."
But
Yeah,
that's where
we're
I-
open,
that's right.
but
And,
you can't
and
do
I
this,
have
this,
I have a problem with that. It's kind of like everybody being mad at the NRA for being a tax, whatever it is, tax shelter or a nonprofit or whatever, but yet they run like a business. So it's the same thing with YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm. Just
Same
like the
principle.
NFL.
Yeah, but the thing is too, is when they're talking about that, if they now say I go on and do a video with a 30 round mag or anything else, or 100 round drum, and they don't actually drop the video, but if I was monetized, hey, everybody can wish, and if I was monetized on that, and they demonetize the video, that's not a big issue because that's not going to fall into that publisher status. It's when they actually start deleting or moving videos around, they actually start basically controlling the channel.
But even with them demonetizing it, they're making a decision. They are doing something to reduce the reach of that video. Even if they demonetize it, they're still enforcing their will on that video. So
And I'll be honest, I'd have to go and
a platform.
I'd have to go and read publishing law to know, what exactly would constitute them as a publisher. Because, this is the thing is when we all talk about it, we've got to really look at the law itself around publishers themselves, not necessarily what we believe to be publishing.
Oh, well, one thing I noticed, and I've been going to go back and make sure in my analytics, and I haven't been out there, but I've been thinking about it. And I was kind of looking at my phone last night whenever all this kind of was going on. And my holster making video, YouTube was pushing it out constantly. And I got to looking, and at least what I can tell on my phone, and I haven't got on my computer and looked at it, they quit pushing it. I mean, it's like it's getting a quarter of or an eighth of the views it was. It's just getting search views. It's not getting any push to suggested video views all of a sudden. And I look back at when they stopped pushing it, and it was whenever they sent me the email, almost the exact time that my channel is up for additional review. I don't know if it has anything to do with it or not. I was going to go look exactly on my computer, and I haven't done it yet. But I just thought that was interesting.
But a lot of that comes down to the fact that they do curate, the trending tab and everything else. So, you're that while that does go into the demonetization part of it, that a lot of that's just curating what everybody's going to see when they first jump on YouTube.
Oh yeah, and I realize that, but I find it funny that they quit suggesting it right about the same time that I got the email that my channel's being held for further review.
Yeah, and like I've said, I know they suppress views on channels that they know are gun related and politics related. I mean, that's blatantly obvious. All you have to do is pay just the slightest bit of attention and you can see that. But yeah, I'm surprised that they were pushing out your holster video. I don't know if they were pushing it out or if it just, you caught lightning in a bottle and it got up there to the trending tab or whatever, and then they saw it.
Well, it wasn't suggested videos for like 4 months. That's where all my views were coming from suggested and homepage videos. And it was like YouTube was pushing it. But then all of a sudden, into March, they just quit. And now it's getting like maybe 400 views every 48 hours. And it was getting like 1,400 views every 48 hours.
Cry me a river. Cry me a river. I got a wireless Go video out there that's still under 200 views total.
And it's the only video for the wireless Go.
Yeah.
At the time, it was pretty close. It was like 1 of 5 tops. you not got that light on that thing yet?
I mess around trying to
I've
figure
got a
out.
roll of duct tape. You want me to mail it to
Hmm.
you?
Be quicker.
By the time you get it here, I'll figure out where I want it.
Does anybody else have any comments on the demonetization? Like I said, I don't follow Jarhead 6 or the Wound Channel or Fit and Fire. I do follow the Daily Shooter, and his stuff is about as vanilla as you can get. I mean, he's like in Clover Tack range. I mean, he never swears. He always seems like he's really, really kind of laid back, calm
Well,
guy.
think about it. To a point, he's also forced to be California compliant.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, I follow Fit and Fire, and I've talked to him several times in person. I actually talked to him quite a while at NRA, sitting in a media room. But I mean, he's pretty by the book as far as this stuff goes. That's all I could see.
And the Wound Channel is I have no idea who that is. Does anybody else?
I guess ultimately these people may have got their channels demonetized for putting their eggs in more than one basket by trying to get monetization from the other places that sell the gun parts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know. I don't know that Fit and Fire. I thought was putting all his links on his website, as far as I knew. But he may have had the Optics Planet link in there. But as far as like PSA and all them, I know he had them on his website. So
That's probably how they got them, because the website had links.
well, you can link to that according to YouTube policy. You could, as long as they're a step away, because he's linking to his website.
Yeah, but with them interpreting their policy whatever way the wind blows, and they're only doing it with certain channels and not with other channels and stuff, you just never know what you're going to get. It's a risk you take. Like I said, it's free. Take advantage of that. Use it to get your name out there and diversify. And you can go, well, if they demonetize me, then doesn't mean people are going to watch my videos.
I don't think any of them do that.
I mean, Clover did that show about how to do tags. So, I mean, I don't know. There's just ways to do it. What I did find interesting, though, was I didn't get that far into the TGC show tonight, and the three of them on there were talking, and they go, well, there's nobody else out there other than YouTube and Pornhub. And I'm like, what about Gunstreamer and GunTube.org? And it's like they're so big that they probably have no idea that those platforms exist.
That's probably because they haven't come to them and offered them money to come over. That's probably why.
Well, they were complaining about Full 30. They were complaining that Full 30 does not have a business plan. They really don't have the reason Full 30 is not as big as it could be is because they just kind of don't.
I'm sure they know who Gunstreamer and GunTube are, but they haven't come and try to woo them, so they'll pretend like they don't know. Yeah, they're faking.
Well, to be fair, they might not know who GunTube is.
Who are we talking about? I dropped out on accident.
Oh, he was talking about the big channels only know about YouTube and Pornhub. They don't know about GunTube and Gunstreamer, and well, you can't go to VidMe because Travis killed that. VidMe, or was it? I don't know. I think it was VidMe that Travis killed. I'll go back to MySpace. MySpace is still out there, isn't it?
According to Gary, it is.
Yeah, there's still remnants of it out there.
Yeah, apparently, there's still pictures on it.
That wouldn't be my problem.
But again, you're even with Gunstreamer and GunTube and any of the others that are out there, you're still running into the same thing that everybody has always been saying: is YouTube is such a monolith. It's the second biggest search engine in the world. So, yeah, you can go over to Gunstreamer, but you're not going to get the kind of reach.
And that in the end, even with all this talk of demonetization, in the end, that's the big thing is like I was saying, the demonetization apparently can affect your searchability and everything else, and the trending and whatever else you can come up with. That's going to be a big effect because, like you just said, YouTube's the biggest search engine, the second biggest search engine out there. And if you can't get views on YouTube, I mean, that's really where everybody's going to be looking for a lot of this stuff. And when you go to talk, when we talk about making money other ways, whether it be Patreon or whether you're talking getting sponsorships or whatever, it's going to hurt one way or the other.
Oh yeah, because if you're trying to get anything, if you're trying to, get sponsorships or anything, you're gonna go, oh, I got 1,000 subs over at Gunstreamer. They're gonna go, what's Gunstreamer? You've got 1,000 subs on YouTube, and they're gonna, oh, you're on YouTube. I mean,
well, I talked to the guys over at Gunstreamer, and I said, look, are you guys collecting analytics to use in the future for when you can start selling ad space and all this other stuff? They said, yes, absolutely, we are. And this year is the first year I've seen a commercial played before a video on Gunstreamer. And of course, they've got contributors now too. So when I watch your videos on my main channel, if I like the video and I thumb up and all that other stuff, I will let it roll on one of my B channels and thumb it up there too. And I'll try to let it run from end to end. I'll just let it run in the background with the volume down, and I might have multiple channels multiple videos going at once from different channels. That way, instead of you getting one view and one thumb up from me, you get 3 views and 3 thumbs up, right? Well, I'll do the same thing. I'll log on to Gunstreamer. I'll turn off that damn autoplay that they won't get rid of, and then I'll try to watch the same videos there. Or sometimes I'll go over there and see what's new, and then I'll go back and I'll let it roll on YouTube, so you get the analytics. So I'm trying to help with the analytics, and I know. 1 extra view on Gunstreamer and 3 views on YouTube, what's the big deal? But I'm sure I'm not the only one who had the idea to do that. So there are probably people out there that are letting the videos play on both platforms to try to help you guys out with your analytics. And what's funny though is, let's say you did a video tonight, and I don't know, there were 25 views tonight. Tomorrow morning you got 50 views. And that's on YouTube, and I'm letting it roll on one of my B channels, tomorrow morning. I go over to Gunstreamer, 0 views. I'm the first one to thumb up or something like that, and it's like, so people still, you're right, they don't know what it is yet. But I mean, some big channels have moved over there. I think there's the potential. I just think it's going to take time. I think people are really impatient.
Yeah, and I was going to say, there's one thing I would say is when we were at NRAM, talking to some of these companies that don't know about Gunstreamer or gun channels or GunTube or any of it, and you bring it up. I had a couple of them that told me from the time I walked away after I told them about it and coming back, and they're like, oh, I checked out Gunstreamer. We went ahead and started an account. It was cool. You get that kind of reaction where they're seeing, oh, well, this is something that could be more up our alley. So, but that was with a lot of smaller companies, but that's the thing, is that is a selling point for them, is that, hey, we do have these other platforms that we're involved in.
Well, if you guys can keep sending your videos over there, I know some people just got the automatic thing where it just sends it over there. Sometimes the video's over there pretty quick, and sometimes it's a day or 2 later. But if you guys can keep sending them over there, if I liked it on YouTube, I'm gonna like it on Gunstreamer.
oh yeah, and Armament says Gunstreamer's still in its startup stage, and it is. But I mean, you're getting to the point where we need somebody to get out of their startup stage if we're going to do it. And yeah, you can keep putting your stuff over there, but you're like I said, you're not going to get the traction that you get.
I think just like setting up a YouTube channel, another platform like Gunstreamer, GunTube, or anything else, this takes years. I think people want results in weeks or months, and this takes years. You could be doing YouTube videos for 10 years before you make any real successful, life-changing whatever. Or it may never happen. And the same thing with a service like Gunstreamer. I think it might be 5 or 6 years before it really, really takes off, but I think it has potential.
Well, and I do want to point out too, for talking about getting that visibility, getting more people over there, helping Gunstreamer making more money and whatever else. Contributus, with that being over there, I kind of like that idea. Once Gunstreamer does hit that point where they take off, having that kind of directly attached to your channel. Plus the fact that, I don't know if anybody else has set up their Contributus yet, but you can actually say you want to help out Gunstreamer a little bit more. You can actually adjust how much money goes to them and how much comes to you. So, I kind of like that idea a bit.
Yeah, it's definitely something to look at over there in Gunstreamer. And I'll admit, I haven't been over there that much. I go over there probably once a week and take a look around. And I haven't set up my Contributus over there at all. I just haven't done it. So that's probably something I need to do.
What's Contributus?
Yeah, I set mine up a little while back, and it's actually pretty useful.
Sarge, it's Patreon on Gunstreamer.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. They're trying to get a bunch of eggs into their basket. So, and I can't, I don't blame them for doing it. That's another revenue stream for them, and that's what's gonna, that's what they're gonna need is multiple revenue streams coming into them, just like most channels need multiple revenue streams coming in.
Well, and in the long run, when you talk about creators that use Patreon, having Contributus attached to Gunstreamer does kind of make an all-in-one easy stop and shop there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it'll definitely make it easier once, if it gets big enough and they make it through, any growing pains that they're going to have, because they're going to have some, but I think right now they're struggling with, they could really use live streaming over there and probably a couple other things I just can't think of off the top of my head. I know live streaming would be nice to have over there, or at least have the option to embed the YouTube channels. Now it'll upload this when this one's done and it gets posted on my channel. It'll upload this over there, but there's no option for embedding it over there.
And I think before we really see, they're doing good stuff over there, and I think before we really see a lot more come into play, like live streaming or even a version of their version, maybe of a creator studio type situation, we're going to have to see a lot more members join. A lot more users join, and a lot less, because there's a lot of creators that start jumping over there, especially all of us that are smaller. But I've started noticing, when I look at my videos that are getting liked on Gunstreamer and everything else, it's a lot of other creators. We need to make the push to help them try to get more users onto that site. And I'm not going to say we need less creators. The more creators, the merrier. But just we need to try to help them pull the users over there as much as we can, and they need to do the same for themselves so we can get help get them boosted up.
Gun Toting Pacifist is giving us all the YouTube success equation right there. Cats equal views. So Gizzard, go hunt down George, because I need the views.
I'm sure we could work out a rental agreement or a guest starring. I'm his agent, so you and I will have to talk.
I thought he was your agent.
Well, that too. We work for each other. So.
Oh.
Codependent.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, give me a few minutes. I can go hunt down the barn cats, figure out where they're at.
No, I think contributors, and I do. I think, and I didn't do any of that. I didn't even think of that, mentioning, Gunstreamer to any of the places. So I think, yes, we can help out Gunstreamer by pushing it a little bit, but they've also got some work to do themselves that have got to get out there.
I think you can see that they've grown since they first got out there, and they've done it in a fairly timely fashion. I know it may not be fast enough for some people, but I think it's proof that they're headed in the right direction. They've got a decent business model. As you know, my only issue with them really is the autoplay feature. Did I mention the autoplay feature?
A time or two.
Yeah. Other than that, I think they're great. And what's nice is, with the exception of me complaining to them about that, they've made themselves available. Unlike YouTube, who you've got to be Hickok to have a YouTube person. So, and that's, I'm not jealous of that. I'm just saying, and I understand they must have like 1 billion people on YouTube, so they can't have a rep for everybody else. But you can't even get rid of a rep, or you can't even get a hold of a rep that handles like a region or something. So, YouTube, I think, in the way they're doing things, they're gonna drive people away, and it's gonna hurt them in the long run. But I don't think they're thinking like that.
Well, and with Gunstreamer, I'll say this: there was a conversation. I don't remember whose channel it was on, and I can't remember if I was actually on the panel for that with some of the people from Gunstreamer. And we were talking about the app and everything else. And big thing is while they have pushed some stuff out like Contributus to help with the creator side of it, their big focus is trying to make it so they can draw in the users first, and then focus on making the creator side more flavorful, I guess you could say, by adding live streaming and everything like that. Because if you don't have the users there to watch the stuff, it's not really going to be useful to have all that on there right away.
I mean, I did mention wondering if I saw the gun deals or the link that he sent me. I saw it, and then I forgot what it was. But it was for the Smith & Wesson survival kit for $600. So,
and kind of going back to that demonetization thing and talking about links, you just kind of reminded me when you said that, and somebody mentioned it in the chat, and I do it myself. If like some of the companies I talked to at NRAM, if I was linking to their site, and for instance, Keystone, they sell firearms and more or less firearms directed toward kids. It's kind of a double whammy there.
Yeah.
I actually was putting the link into a blog post on my website, and then taking that blog post and linking to that on my channel.
See, and that's a thing. I didn't.
I always link to Facebook and Instagram, so I always do it. For like
I don't think I had any. Didn't have anybody that was doing directly firearms, so I think I'm okay so far with what I've linked. But let's see, screen share. There we go. That's what Midnight sent me. I don't know if I want to pay $600 just for an orange grip and an orange case, though. If that was a stainless gun, I'd probably be all over it. Is that air weight?
I want their 500 Bear Survival Kit one. Do they still make that one?
I don't know. That one was yellow though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was, but it was cool though. Who didn't want to snub nose 500?
This one's only $357, so yeah.
Oh, speaking of 357, ask me what I got in the mail the other day. Wednesday.
No.
Nope. Okay. Not gonna do it.
I don't want to tell you.
Did you get some Talos in 357?
I got some Talos in 357 and some Talos in 9mm plus P.
I got some Talos in 9mm plus P and some Civic Duty in 45.
I didn't get any Civic Duty.
I'm gonna have to set up some kind of meat target or something.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna try to do, is figure out what I was gonna use to test it. I thought about buying some ballistic gel or making some, but I thought everybody does that. I'd rather do something more fun. And ballistic gel's freaking expensive for the clear stuff.
Well, you got cows, don't you?
Yeah. The ballistic gel's cheap. Come to think of it. For that.
Yeah, I figured he gave me 2 boxes of each.
That's what I got.
So I'll probably set it up so I can test just the accuracy of it, and maybe I've got some empty paint cans that I saved when we moved in. So I'll probably fill those with water and shoot those.
Probably
I'll probably get some full paint
empty
cans.
orange paint cans.
No, the orange paint can still has paint in it because I haven't gotten out there to paint what I was going to paint orange yet.
He's not Yankee. He didn't get to paint his house orange.
Yeah, I
You
have
know,
hope.
don't you need some new artwork for your walls? You could just throw a canvas down and just shoot some orange paint, shoot some blue paint, and just make you something for your walls.
There we go.
I have a complaint about this Talos, though. It doesn't anywhere on the box list what the weight of it is.
Doesn't it?
The 357 doesn't. Let me look at the 9+P.
It's going to be light, I'm sure.
Oh, I know it's light. That's what I was curious about.
Because it's spun copper, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're going to be light.
Yeah, it doesn't have the grain weight anywhere that I see.
You may have to do research and check the website.
He sent some little cards with them, too. Let me say it on there.
Taradot, are you mad at midnight? He's crying because you don't come on his show anymore.
No, I didn't even see he was crying out there. But if that's what it takes to get him crying, I might keep doing it then.
I'm all for it. Does anybody have anything else? Because I said we've covered the demonetization. Like I said, I can't see, and I haven't seen the Gun Collective video, so I may have to search that out after. Well, not tonight because Clover's on after this, and I want to watch that. But I'll have to search that out and see how they came to determine it was Optics Planet. But like I said, if it's Optics Planet, then that pretty much opens Amazon and any of the others that you link to.
Well, and here's the downside to that. I think that Amazon's not going to get hit. They're not going to take Amazon off there. The reason I say that is there's going to be so many other people outside of the gun community that link to Amazon.
Right.
They're going to focus. They're going to focus. Yeah, and that's going to be the point that's going to really kind of hit them hard, is the fact that Amazon does sell these parts, and that they're unjustly aiming their sights onto other companies just because it's a more gun focused company.
And do you think that's why they went after Optics Planet? Because Optics Planet sells like camera equipment and stuff too, don't they? I mean, Optics Planet isn't just gun stuff, if I remember right. Anybody? Nobody?
I have no idea. I don't look at camera stuff for them, so I couldn't tell you.
Stand by. I'm looking.
Standing by.
Standing by.
I'm going to sit by. I'm a little lazy tonight.
I got to figure out how to spell optics here first. Hunting, shooting, and tactical gear. So, sport optics, hunting, well, maybe not. Eyewear, sports and hobbies, labs and science.
But see, the evil word was used there. The word that YouTube probably hates just as much as gun. Tactical.
Shooting.
Oh my God! Yeah, they use shooting.
They do have cameras. They have action cameras and like the glasses that have cameras and all that stuff. I don't see any DSLRs or anything.
Yeah, their main page is all gun stuff though.
Do they have any action cameras that don't turn the mic off randomly?
Well, don't spend $60 on one from. You can get a GoPro for $40.
And the pawn shop I buy stuff.
And if you can't afford it, you can always put it on your credit card.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. They
That's
don't
true.
charge you an upcharge for using a credit card.
I won't deal with anybody who does that.
Yeah, you need to get one of those GoPros because we need more people that we can screw with when we sit here and say, GoPro, take a picture.
Here's the thing, though. You said that the cord went bad, so the mic went out. So I might end up with the same problem with this thing, right? The proprietary cord that comes with the GoPro.
That's on the GoPro 5 and up.
Which you're not going to find one of those for $40.
No.
Look, I just don't want to have to go running across the casino floor and through the parking structure because I left it in the next to my. Because I won't come back to it. It'll be gone, and I'll be mad about the micro SD card more so than the camera.
Well, there's this place that was at Interim. I've got their card. They sell this real cool little strap thing that's like bungee cord material, and you can wear it around your neck.
Okay, I don't want to look like RoboCop, like somebody.
I thought for a second you were going to say you didn't want to look like a tourist, and I was going to have to call you out on that.
No, I don't quite blend in, do I?
Depends on what you're trying to blend in with. If you were trying to blend in with a bunch of tourists, you got it made. We'll never find you.
You'd never find that man at the Grand Canyon ever.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Like,
but
where's
what if
Waldo?
I'm in the pocket of some big sock manufacturer and you don't know?
And your jorts.
Hanging.
Just get yourself a kilt and you won't look like a tourist.
It's true, but Adam Kraut will stare at you every time he walks by you.
This is very true. It was kind of starting to get creepy after about the 10th time he walked by me. I was starting to think he was stalking me or something.
Did he
like my legs?
Did he lick his lips as he walked by, or did he just look at you?
Not that I saw. He just kept looking. And I mean, it got to the point one of the times he actually was like well past me and he was turning his head looking. So I kept thinking he was trying to look up my kilt or something.
Maybe he was just wondering if it really was a kilt or if it was just, I don't know.
Maybe
I
just
did a
worried
double.
about
I did a
drugs
double take.
kicking in or
I mean,
something. I don't know.
when I walked up, I'm like, "Is that? Oh yeah, I guess it is." So you were probably the only one there wearing one.
I didn't see anybody else, but then
I saw no one else either.
I wasn't
there may have been one
looking,
more
but I'm guessing I would have noticed if I'd seen anybody else wearing a kilt. But then again, I walked past plenty of people that then grabbed a hold of me as I walked past them, or they were right next to me and I didn't notice. And
did they grab a hold of you and they go, "Hey, it's the gun snob"?
No.
It's midnight range.
They probably grabbed a hold of him and said, "Did you see that goofy ass guy with the kilt on?"
I said, "Yep, I'm sharing a house with him." Sharing a house with him. I'm riding to the show with him. Just the one day. But hell, we parked. I should have ridden with you instead of roll call. Still would have parked closer. Hell, I think I would have parked closer if I'd ridden with. I know I would have parked closer if I'd ridden with Snob because we walked past Lucas Oil Stadium.
So did we.
Hell, but even then, even with as far out as we parked, we walked past it, turned around, and came back to it because they thought that was the shorter way.
Because Cindy had it all figured out.
They don't know how to work maps.
No, she did not. She did not.
They don't know how to work maps, and we never ask directions.
Sarge,
you're guaranteed to get lost.
Sarge is going to bed. You want to get in a plug before you go to bed, Sarge?
No. Thanks for the invite.
All
I
right.
appreciate it. And I'll be back Saturday night at 11 p. So expect all of you.
Will this be after the patches are shipped? You'll be back?
Be after what?
The patches are shipped. He's like, what patches?
They're going out in the morning.
He said Saturday earlier. What's the deal?
Yeah,
He's
Saturday
tired.
morning.
Oh, I thought you said they were going out in the morning. He's tired.
No, you said
Saturday morning is.
You asked, are they going out after the patches ship? They're going out in the morning. The show is at night. Saturday,
Okay,
still.
Sorry.
Good try. Good try.
All right. Night, Sarge.
All right. I'll see you
Good
guys.
Night.
Good night.
Bye.
Gizzard's dropping all
Not everyone can survive on no sleep like Gizzard Gary.
What do you mean no sleep? I got in an hour nap before this show started.
Armament wants to know what the total cost of the house was for the week. It was like what was it, 120 a piece? So,
Yeah, it was like 120 a piece, and so you're talking. I can't remember.
we had 6 of us, so it would have been
700 or so, I think.
$700.
Yeah, something like that.
So he's planning on Nashville. I think everybody here at Gizzard. Are you planning on Nashville
Yep.
next year? All right.
Yep.
Squib, you gonna come down to Nashville next year? Fine.
You ran him off.
Got to get to the mute button. Yeah, I'll be down there, but I don't need to rent a house in Nashville.
Well, you got family down there, you said, right? So.
Yep. I mean, y'all want to hang out on the farm?
We might. At least we'll come over to the farm for like a cookout or something. We'll do something. Who knows? Or
Guys,
we'll do
as
it.
long as he can cook before 10 o'clock at night.
Yes.
This eating at 10 or 11 o'clock every night gets old. Jesse.
Yeah, she ran off. She ain't even listening now. So you're just talking to me now.
There you
Oh,
go.
wow. Well, you were kind of to blame, but I didn't eat with you all that night. So the night you were to blame.
Yeah, that was the night Roe called, took a picture of me eating, and talking about how it's hard at work. And damn right it was hard at work. It was 11 o'clock at night. I was just eating.
We drove to like 3 towns over, and I got Jimmy John's and still beat you guys eating.
You beat us even ordering.
Well, yeah, with a lot of that, we didn't even know until I think 9 o'clock what we wanted to eat, or 8 o'clock, something like that.
Hashtag Indianapolis food sucks, other than the pizza.
I was to say the pizza was great.
Well, my Jimmy John's was great too, but they can't really screw that up.
No, that's tough to screw up. You screw up Jimmy John's, you're working at it. All right. Anybody out in the chat got anything? Because if not, I think I'm gonna call it here early. What about you guys? Anybody on the panel got anything?
I'm about to go to bed anyways, so
Yeah.
that's fine.
Well, we should all thank Gizzard Gary. He was out there popping our
Nice.
gun streamer channels on there.
Gizzard is like the secretary that we never knew we needed, but we're glad we have, because Gizzard always takes care of all that stuff. He's always on top of that, and I don't think I've ever said enough. Thank you, Gizzard, for doing that, because you always do it, even though you did steal my e-begging line.
I haven't used it in a week or so though. So.
I'm pretty sure Gizzard Gary is responsible for about 4 of my patrons, because I never push my Patreon, and Gizzard Gary throws it out there all the time, and I get patrons off him throwing it out there.
Well, you guys are very welcome. I enjoy being the promo guy or whatever you want to call it.
I'm just going to call you my secretary.
Yeah, your check's in the mail. You
So
can be
wait,
my
does it
intern if you want? Wink,
Does
wink.
it count as e-begging if we have somebody else putting our links out there for us and we don't really mention it?
You have to ask Squib. He's the expert.
Yeah, that's actually the worst kind of e-begging, is when when you con somebody into doing it for you. Yeah, not the person who does it, the person who conned the person into doing it.
What if you didn't never ask the person to do it and they just did it out of the
Yeah, right. Okay, then it's a pity case. They're feeling bad for you.
Okay, so Gary feels bad for me because I never asked him to do it, and he just did it.
I guess I need to point that out if I ever finally do that e-begging video I've been talking about forever that I just haven't done. Yeah, that if you con somebody into doing it for you and then go, I don't e-beg, but everybody else does it, that's worse than actually e-begging. But if somebody does it because they feel bad for you, Well, then you're just a charity case.
Sweet. I'm just a charity case.
So we need to have like an infomercial, and they're playing in the arms of an angel.
And just flash pictures of Snob looking sad up there.
And there's all these busted GoPros all over the place.
All right. Well, Gun Tony Pacifist says Biden said the 2A does not entitle us to own guns. I'm not surprised by that. Bernie Sanders this week tweeted out that abortion was a constitutional right. Gizzard's trying to keep Snob fed. Jason Stewart says the gas leak keeps him tired, but he sleeps better. That's good to know. And I am officially out of banter and topics, so let's run it through the room and close it down. Gizzard, what you got? You got Fall Territory coming up tomorrow, and then you got Early Bird on Sunday. Anything else coming out?
Early Bird on Sunday. If I can get some time to record some stuff, I've got a couple videos in mind. I just got to get them down and get them out because I want to get some stuff in between the live shows because I like doing the videos too. So it's just finding time to do it. So I need to make time to do it. But anyway, website is gizzardgary.com, and thanks for the invite.
You're quite welcome, and congratulations on your 500.
Oh, thank you.
That's one I'm hoping to hit here soon.
Now I just need 500 more. 493 to make 1,000.
There. Okay, everybody out there, tell 493 of your closest friends.
So I can get to 1,000 subs and get demonetized.
There you go. All right.
You have to be monetized to get demonetized.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
That's what he wants. He wants to get monetized and demonetized the same day.
I'm pretty sure he'll get monetized before me or Sarge, so he's good.
Probably. Squib, what do you got coming up besides your e-begging video?
Yeah, that I'll never end up making. Not much. Some stuff I've just been working on, and I don't know. Things will be out here or there.
Okay. Thanks for coming in. Tardot, what do you got coming up? I saw you had, what was the latest one I saw? Was it Alien Gear? I saw.
Yeah, Alien Gear. What am I saying? I don't do anything. I mean, there's nothing out there of mine.
All right.
No, I dropped Alien Gear. Okay. I dropped Alien Gear recently. Drago Gear was dropped down recently. So go check those out. Me and Gunpowder are probably going to have some more 2A, some activism stuff, videos we're going to do. There's some projects I've been talking to her about that I'm not going to put too much information out, but just to put a bug in everybody's ear. We are talking about putting together some little educational stuff, that we're going to try to work with our kids on, that we're going to do some videos with once we actually get them back. We're kind of putting together plans for that. And it's going to be some videos that are going to be a little more family friendly and a little more educational that we're going to try to start doing.
Now you say once you get your kids back, did you have to send them in for warranty work or?
No. We sent them off to their grandparents for a while. They were having summer vacation with the grandparents in Texas.
See, I knew where the kids were, but I took that a whole different way because it sounded like DHS giving your kids back kind of deal the way he said it.
See, I thought maybe the sites came crooked on them or something, and you had to send them back for warranty work. So
we were having trigger problems with them, so we had to send them back.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for coming in. We'll definitely keep an eye out for that, and that'll be interesting stuff to get with the kids out there and doing stuff with them. So I look forward to seeing that, even though I don't have any kids.
Do you want 4?
No. If I wanted kids, I would have them. So I enjoy kids in very small doses, and as long as they're other people's. And by very small doses, I mean nothing at all.
I can send some teenagers.
No, thank you.
3 teenage girls are perfect.
No, I know where you can send them. Still North Carolina. But what do you got other than trying to unload your kids on me?
I don't know. I got a bunch of videos I need to, do something with. Like put tags and title and hit the release button. And I may have a show Saturday. I'm not even 100% sure if I'm going to do that because I think I'm going to work all weekend.
All righty. Well, thanks for coming in, and go out to the offices and hit live.
Well, I've got to do the tags and title stuff, and that's a pain.
No, that's gonna take like all of 5 minutes.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think I have a thumbnail yet either, so there's another problem.
No. Jeez. Well, all right. I'm sure they'll come out sometime, and there'll probably be something that I'm going to release, so then I'll have to shuffle my stuff around.
I think the next one I'm going to release is going to be that Glock end plate to
Oh,
remove the striker.
Well, that'll be a cool one to see.
Yeah, I need to do that, and then I need to actually put that in my gun and play with it a little bit and do a video on it.
I think all I've got left from NRAM is F1 firearms and the TNW, and then B-roll stuff. So,
yeah, I'm trying to remember what I think I have like 5 left.
And then I still got stuff from Wanamaker, so I'll do that. And I got a few guns to play with, and I got my guitar case. I got that G2 research ammo. I got stuff lined up, but I've only got like 2 that are ready to edit and put out. Everything else has to be filmed. But
well, if it rains this weekend at all, I'm gonna try to at least do some kind of video that's not a stupid NRAM or Wanamaker video, since that's all I seem to be putting out. And I've got several things that I need to review.
We're supposed to get rain on Saturday here. I don't know about you.
Yeah, we are too. But if it don't rain, I'm working.
It means I'll get it Sunday. All right. That's one in the books. Thanks, everybody, for coming in. Thank you, everybody out there in the chat. To everybody out there in the chat, like I've said before, if you enjoy someone's content, give them a share. That is a bigger help than just about anything else you can do. So, giving them a view helps, but if you give them a share, and if you've got 500 people that on your Facebook or your Twitter or whatever, even if you got 100 and somebody that you share it to likes it, and then they maybe share it, and then somebody else shares it, the shares can really add up and help somebody out. So thanks everybody for coming in. Thank you to the panel. We're going to call this one done, and we'll see you the next time.